Hey family, it's your boy TC, the Hope Dealer, coming to you again with another Talk It Out Tuesday. Parenting point. Now our parenting point today is our top 5. Raising a son to graduate out of JCPS and then working in JCPS with multiple, almost hundreds of young men. I came up with a 5-point pattern that has helped a lot of my young boys stay out of trouble. And I would talk to a lot of them and I would say, man, this is our top 5. And we would repeat it and we would go over it daily until it became a practice. And y'all, it really has been helpful. And I want to share those top 5 with you today. They are not the most in-depth, very simple, but I had to keep it that way so they could practice a pattern that would lead to success. Number 1, as they were transitioning from class to class, I told my boys to be the first ones in their seat. Many of my boys would get in trouble because they would congregate and play around with their friends before class would start. And I began to challenge them to be the one who came into the classroom from the line in the hallway and be the first one in their seat, challenging them that they must prepare for the class that was going to begin. Number 2, check for all the materials that you're going to need for class. And these first 2 were a challenge because many times, because of the social energy that goes on in class, a lot of my boys would get caught up in trying to be with their friends and they would forget why they were at school in the first place, and that was to be in class and to be educated. So be the first one in your seat and check your material to make sure you're ready for the class when it begins. Number 3, track the talker. When the adult in the room begins to speak, you stop speaking. Your eyes are focused on that adult, and where they move, you focus and you track them. You keep your eyes on the adult, not your friends, not your books, not the paper, not your phone, but you track the talker, staying connected to the class and pushing yourself to be educated. So number 1, first in your seat, check for your materials, track the talker. The adult starts talking, you stop talking, and you focus on the teacher. Number 4, before you ask any questions, before you respond to any questions yourself from the teacher, you raise your hand. So many of my boys would get in trouble, be written up, or they would be redirected in class because they would shout out. They want to be a part of the class and they want to participate, but they would always be redirected when they wouldn't follow the instruction of participating the correct way by simply raising their hand. And when you raise your hand, I had to challenge them to wait for the teacher to call on you. If you have your hand up, count to 10. And after 10 seconds, put your hand down if you haven't been called on. Wait 5 more seconds and then raise your hand again, waiting for the teacher to call on you. If the teacher doesn't call on you, you may have to just sit and wait longer. And many of my guys, man, would get in trouble because they would get antsy and they would get upset and they would feel like that the teacher was picking on them and not calling on them. And I would say, listen, man, you have to allow the teacher to do what the teacher does in the room. And I would tell them at times, the teacher does not have to call on you. But before anything happens, show your maturity, grow up a little bit, and raise your hand. Do not shout out. This kept a lot of my guys out of trouble. Number 5, it's not the most professional phrase. Many of you may have said it to your children. You may not read this in a whole lot of books, but I'm gonna tell you, it has gave many of my guys the opportunity to be successful in class, not only growing in academics, but man, staying out of behavioral trouble. Here it is, number 5, mind your business. You are the most important person to you in school. You are the one who is there to be educated. No one else's business needs to be made yours. Focus on you, your success, and your academics. Many times my boys would get in trouble because they're trying to advocate for a student at an improper time. They were trying to do something and get into things and squabbles that they never should be involved in. And I had to come to this challenge in my top 5 saying, mind your business. Stay out of other people's business, even if they try to get in yours. Parents, our top 5 to help our boys stay out of trouble. Number 1, be the first one in your seat. Number 2, check for your materials so that you're ready when class starts. Number 3, track the teacher. Adult starts talking, you stop talking. Raise your hand. No shouting out. And even if you got to wait long, wait a little bit more. It's not worth getting in trouble. Number 5, mind your business. You are the most important person in the room to you. You must make sure that you follow the process. Here it is, another Talk It Out Tuesday. It's your boy, TC, the Hope Dealer. Parenting point today, the top 5.